Welcome everyone, I'm Kingly Valence, and thanks for watching this Spore challenge. Today, we are beating creature stage with the worst creature possible in Spore. We are once again playing as the pitiful worm, but this time with only a bot mouth on our creature. This bot mouth made creature stage much more difficult than anything I've tried before. We have previously beaten Spore a few times where we only have the starting herbivore or carnivore mouths, and at the time, I thought these had to be the worst creatures of all time. There wasn't much more we could do to make these creatures any more pitiful. I thought this until Matatic came up with the bot mouth only challenge. This bot mouth comes from the bot creature parts pack, which are from a limited time promotional expansion pack for Spore back in 2010. This expansion pack was obtained by redeeming a code on specially marked Dr. Pepper bottles. However, this promotion was limited to only most of the United States, and from this poll, most people haven't even heard of the bot parts pack. Redeeming a code back during the promotion would also get the bot parts linked to your Spore account, which would allow uploading creatures with the bot parts to the online Sporepedia. However, getting the bot parts to play with today, at least locally, is fairly easy to do. And I'll leave a link in the description where you can get the bot parts if you'd like to play with them as well. For this challenge today, we'll be recreating our pitiful worm and putting just the bot mouth on our creature. There is our creature, and we can load into creature stage. We'll be focusing on creature stage today, as this is where our bot mouth creature is by far the most difficult. Our creature is making it onto land and immediately runs into this shell. I guess it doesn't have any eyes, but that's still funny. I don't think I've ever seen a creature run into a shell in this opening cutscene. And since we don't have eyes, we are in the dark for this creature stage. And this challenge starts right away. We are already stuck in the nest, and we can't get out. This happens sometimes with these small creatures, but I guess that's it. We can't finish the game. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I'm Kingly Valence. And no, just kidding. We can call a mate and refresh the spawn to try and get unstuck. There we go. We can actually escape the first nest this time, and start the real challenge for this creature stage, and see why this creature is worse than anything we've seen before. These bot mouths came with a huge oversight during development, because they don't have any sing ability. Not sing level 0, I mean no sing at all. Every other mouth comes with at least level 1 sing. This not only means we can't socialize with other creatures, but if we even try, the game will crash. And that's what makes this run harder than any other pitiful worm challenge. All pitiful worms have the option to socialize, but not today. We are forced to be entirely aggressive for this creature stage. But worse than this, no ability to socialize at all means we can't even have any packmates. We will have to be completely solo throughout this run. These first early nests only have level 1 sing as well, so even as pitiful worms I'd ally these creatures, which is a lot easier than fighting. However, the bot mouth does come with a very slight advantage for fighting, with bite level 2. This does help with these early creatures, but Sing would have also taken care of these early creatures as well, and I'd much rather have Sing than just level 2 bite, because this fighting advantage immediately gets nullified once we start fighting the next level creatures. Other creatures with bite level 2 will outpace our damage on hard difficulty. This creature, also with 15 health and only bite level 2, will win a 1v1. That's going to make fighting other creatures really difficult. And remember, we can't have any packmates, so we have to do this solo. But being solo doesn't mean we're alone. The main strategy for this run will be to pick a fight with another creature and slither back home as fast as possible. The other creatures are still faster than us, so they will keep getting a chomp at us every few seconds. But we just need to survive long enough to return home. If we can get home, the other creatures will come to our aid. Now we have enough creatures to take them down. So this is kind of like having packmates, but needing to get home before running out of health will prove to be very difficult. We could have also gotten help if we had the Summon Flock ability in creature stage. However, to make this challenge even more difficult, we won't have any consequence traits for this run. Normally, pitiful worm runs also complete cell stage, so they'll either have the Siren Song for easier allying, the Summon Flock for extra creatures to help socializing or fighting, or the Raging Roar to escape from attackers. But by skipping cell stage today, we made this challenge even more difficult without these abilities. And another honor rule we will be following for this run is that we will not eat any eggs for this creature stage. Eating an egg is worth 25 DNA points, and if we eliminate a creature from another nest, the other creatures will lay an egg to replenish their numbers. But if we can get to this egg in time, they will keep trying to get more creatures by continuously laying eggs, and we can beat all of creature stage this way. This is super overpowered and completely removes the challenge for this run, which is why we will be ignoring eggs today. So we got no sing, no packmates, no consequence traits, and no eating eggs for this challenge. These last creatures we're bringing back home are thankfully really slow. This made them take a bit to catch up for each bite, so we can drag them all the way back home, and we were able to get the extinction. However, these ape creatures, who also only have bite level 2, are much faster. Each time they stop to get a bite on us, they move a lot faster and can bite us again more quickly. And they got us. Our home nest is too far away. There's no way we can make it all the way back in time. This is part of the main challenge for the strategy. We need to encounter weak fighting creatures, but they also need to be close enough to our nest for us to survive the run back home. Trying out a different strategy, we found another neutral nest with bite level 2. The bot mouth also makes us an omnivore, so I tried eating fruit during the fight to try and get some health back. Since we'll lose a 1v1 even attacking first, let's see if eating during the fight will keep us alive. But eating still took too much time and we still lost. I tried this a few times, but our worm is just too slow to get the fruit even right next to us for us to survive. So we'll have to return to the retreat back home strategy. But unfortunately, there didn't seem to be any other good candidates nearby. But we did get far enough on the progress bar to start the migration sequence, which will give us 25 DNA for reaching our new nest. And any DNA is very welcomed at this point. And on the way to our new nest, we found a rogue attacking another nest. This could be an amazing opportunity if we could possibly get the finishing blow on a rogue for 100 DNA points. The other creatures even got the rogue to under 100 health, but unfortunately the rest of the creatures got scared and stopped fighting. The rogue is even throwing sticks at the other creatures. That rogue would have unlocked the good arm achievement, but now the rogue has its sights set on us, and we're dead. I did make a save to try that again, and even positioning the other creatures between the rogue and ourselves, the other creatures just weren't attacking. And the rogue even ran around the other creature to get to us. And we're dead again. But this time ignoring the rogue, and we made it to our new nest. And we can see some color again. And hopefully we'll have better luck with what spawns around here. And these Mimi creatures look promising. Only level 2 bite, level 1 speed, and pretty close to our nest. This might work. Go up and pick a fight, and retreat. And now we have 3 of them chasing us. Thankfully they're all in a line, so only one of them is actually attacking us. Running out of health, but so close to home? We're calling out for help? Yeah, we have someone close. And the Mimi creature got distracted. Oh no, one of them's still coming. Oh good, the other 2 are leaving. Now everyone converge. Ankle biters unite. One of the worms is down. Oh no, and it's coming back after us. Help! Down to 2 health. 1 more bite and we're dead. Yes, run away. The others got him, nice. We need to make sure we get in another attack for it to count. Yes, got him. After 46 minutes into this challenge, and only a fourth of the way through creature stage, that is a huge victory. Let's try that again. Drag them all the way back home, and we barely survived. Yeah, the other worm's engaged. No, where are you going? No, get back here, come back. They're heading all the way back home, they're not sticking around this time. This actually happened so many times. We must have gotten lucky on our first try, and I thought this was going to be a consistent method. We did finally get a couple more creatures down after a few more tries. And this creature, we can tell, kept trying to leave, but our other worms kept getting its attention again. We got to 3 out of 5 Mimi creatures, but after half an hour of attempts, I couldn't get all 5 for the extinction, and eventually I gave up, and started going back to our original nest, looking for any scraps of DNA from those early creatures that we may have missed. And there was one more early creature nest, but since they are lower level than us, they aren't worth too much DNA to extinct. Getting this last creature to extinct this nest was only worth a tiny 4 DNA. But hey, at this point I'll take it. And I was about to give up, thinking that this was going to be impossible, until I found some scraps. Scraps the creature is definitely going to be worth more than just table scraps. These creatures only have level 1 bite. We're saved! We've encountered so many bite level 2 creatures, I was thinking we weren't going to see any bite level 1 creatures. If we push this creature away from the nest, they won't call for backup. We might actually be able to win a 1v1 with our bite level 2. And we can. We can actually beat these creatures solo. But this was still challenging, as they will all run away scared, and we can't catch up to them. But finally, pinning them on the shoreline seemed to stop them from running away. And we got our 3rd scraps creature. And starting the fight with the 4th one right away, we were going to lose. But thankfully eating the dead scraps got our health back faster than getting bit. And we can take down the 4th scraps to extinct the nest, and finally reach the next level. That portion of the timeline was by far the most difficult. If I were to do this again for some reason, fighting creatures with only bite level 1 is essential, if the retreat method seems to stop working. And with our upgraded health for reaching the next level, that means we can take on those ape creatures from before that also had bite level 2. And we got our revenge on the apes, and we extinct the nest. And even better, we return to the Mimi creatures to extinct them as well. Super lucky break with those scraps creatures, they saved this run. But seeing how we've exhausted all the easy creatures by our nests, it's time to move to the next migration. There were always 5 nests on each home continent, and for this planet, they were in these locations. We started down here, then moved up here, right where the Mimis were. Now we are moving more inland to our 3rd nest over here. And I'll admit, after 2 hours I caved. I started playing with the game sped up a little, but this is still the same challenge, but this will allow us more attempts and try more strategies before I lose my sanity. And at this point I just wanted to know if this challenge is even possible, and we'll recalculate the total time at the end. But playing at higher speeds was actually pretty fun. Maybe I'll try a sped up speedrun in the future. Around this new home nest had some great creatures nearby we could fight, including the small rogue pack, which are always worth 35 DNA to extinct. There were some Poowee creatures that have bite level 3 that we can drag back home, and a stray Nosh that decided to attack our nest. Nosh creatures are super powerful, but it looks like they got a bit stuck and allowed us to take them down and level up our creature. And finishing off the Moogies, which are worth another 40 DNA. Even sped up, this still took a bit to whittle down their health. Moving on to the fourth nest to the west. This nest unfortunately didn't really have any good creatures for us to bring back home. All the creatures here were too strong for us. But we have one more nest to try out, all the way on the west coast of the continent. And this is our last home nest we can use. There has to be good creatures here for us to finish this challenge. And we got a really lucky nest with the Quaberts nearby. These creatures only have level 1 bite and level 2 charge. Great for bringing back home. And after we extinct this nest, we are super close, within 100 DNA points to victory. However, so close to the end, all the other nearby nests are too powerful for us to retreat home with them chasing us. Over 3 hours, including speed up, I thought we weren't going to make it. But just as all hope was lost, individual strays and small groups of creatures happened to wander right by, right into our robotic mouths. Slowly, we took down anyone who happened to stumble nearby. And eventually, through patience, hope, and luck, and after 2 hours, and another hour and a half at 5 times speed, which in total would be just under 10 hours in real time, the most pitiful worm possible took down the last creature, filling the progress bar and finally finishing the hardest challenge I've ever completed in Creature Stage. Here's the history timeline, completing Creature Stage on hard difficulty without any legs for 105 deaths, plus a bunch of extra resets back to previous saves as well, all without any socializing. Let me know what you thought of this challenge, and let me know what else you'd like me to try in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm King of Valence, and I'll see you next time.